had a very nice holiday, thanks for asking, and I went to Scotland and just sort of had a very relaxing week, laying on the sofa, open fire. It wasn't cold, but we had an open fire anyway, and just pretty much sort of watched tennis most of the time and went to the beach and stuff. It's brilliant, and the weather surprisingly held out, and it was actually better than it was down south for most of the time, so that was wicked. So yeah, the holiday was a thumbs up. It's quite weird to be home because when I was there, I kind of was hoping that I could come back here soon, but now I'm here, I'm kind of a bit like, I miss it up there, and I was relaxing so much up there, and now I feel a bit sort of stressed and stuff, and I wish I could just go back up there and just relax some more. But there's always next year, so, and I've got a festival coming up in 11 days, or is it 10? It might be 10 days. It's the Hop Farm Festival in Paddock Wood, and it's going to be quite exciting actually. They got sort of the Fratellis, Echo and the Bunnymen, Paul Weller, Rumble Strips, and quite good bands playing. And that's on the 3rd and the 4th of July, so I'm quite excited for that really. Got some mates going, so that's going to be all good fun. Now last week Loz asked us a question, and I was away on holiday in Scotland, and obviously I couldn't keep up to date with the questions and stuff, so I didn't answer it. And it was, what was the highlight of my university career so far, and I'd say that mine is probably meeting so many new people. I mean, I felt like I had a good amount of friends and stuff back in school, but it was just really refreshing to sort of meet new people, and it was good for my social skills obviously, and I don't know, I felt I sort of matured in the first couple of weeks because I hadn't had to deal with meeting new friends, so that was probably the highlight. And it was definitely a highlight to start working a bit harder, because after sixth form I realised I needed to sort of boost my working ability a bit, and I did that and started getting some quite high grades in the end, so I was quite chuffed with that as well, so that's also another highlight. Something quite weird the other day, I was googling my birthday for some reason. Don't ask me why, because I don't have a clue, but I found out that I was born on a Tuesday, which is quite sort of strange really. I mean, total coincidence, but it just seems weird that I've ended up being Tuesday and I was born on a Tuesday, you know. And I thought, you know, my challenge for people is to Google their birth dates and see how many of us have had their birthday on their day, if you get me. Probably nobody else, but you know, it'll be interesting to see. So that's what you got to do next week. Search your birthday and find out what day it was, and if it's on your video day, then that'll be quite interesting really. Tom's challenge was to wear odd socks, and I was actually quite surprised in my sock collection. I hadn't really thought about it before, but I have barely any colourful socks. Like, they're all the same colour, which just makes me feel a bit boring really, but I did manage to dig out one different pair, so I'm going to show you them now. Got two different types of socks. Now the second part of the challenge scared me quite a bit actually. It was ask people what they think of my odd socks, and to be honest, I don't want to look like a nutter going around asking people what they think of my odd socks, so I'm going to pretend I didn't hear about that bit and just sort of swiftly move on. feel free to give me a horrible challenge in return, Tom, but I'm happy with that.